What up, Knockout fans? Thanks for tuning in to a new year and a new episode of the Knockout of the Week Award, hosted by myself and my man Cedric Benn. Really wish you guys were here. You guys are here for this week's Knockout and to find out who the winner is. Obviously, that's why you've tuned in. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right at it, man. Now, if you guys listen to me during the week and went and watched this card that I was telling you about, I told you it was going to be lots of good fights on it, and there was. And the winner of our wonderful prestigious award that we hand out here weekly is none other than Luis Nunez.
Yeah, Luis Nunez versus Carlos Arrieta, and
Yeah.
little background on both guys. Arrieta, he had kind of a up and down amateur career. He didn't really accomplish much as far as internationally, and he did what actually wasn't really that busy as an amateur, and this decided to jump into the deep waters and turn pro not too long ago. Luis Nunez, interesting background. He was on the Dominican Republic national team for a few years, had some good international success. Not any gold medals at the Olympics or anything like that, but still had some good wins. And he was discovered and brought to the States by the same person that discovered Manny Pacquiao. So very interested to follow his career and see if it's obviously going to be hard to fill those shoes, but the person that discovered him obviously has a good eye, so it's going to be interesting to see to follow his career.
Yeah, well, you know what? Nunez is only 22. He goes by the alias, the Twist. He's 5'7", 67-inch reach. He's now standing with a record of 16-0 with 12 KOs. Honestly, can't wait to see this kid again, man. He's ranked 59th out of 1,106 in the world at the super bantam division weight class, and he's ranked second out of 17 in the Dominican Republic. And honestly, he's promoted by Samson Boxing and Samson Boxing Promotions, and he's managed by Antonio Tino Sr. So he does have the right people in his in his corner to keep this kid in the headlines and on the headlines of these big cards, man, which is what we want, man. And especially at 22 years old, man, this kid, his ability in the ring is far beyond his years. That's for sure. You can tell by watching how technical he was throughout this entire fight. And for a young kid who's doesn't have a lot of weight behind him, and relatively a little frail looking, doesn't have his old man strength yet, he's still knocking guys out big time. So that this guy has got the power, man. He's sporting a 75% KO rating, and that's huge, man. And especially for a 22-year-old to be carrying a record like that as well.
Yeah, definitely. And just to remind for the people that don't know, what weight in pounds is the bantamweight? And I say this for the people that don't know, but also for myself. As all these years that I've been involved in boxing, I still sometimes don't know the number when you say bantamweight or flyweight. Sometimes I get confused what actually number that is in pounds.
Super bantam is 118 pounds.
Okay. But this wasn't super bantam. This was regular.
No, this one was at 129.
Yes. Okay. And that's okay. So Arrieta, he's very interesting story because I said he didn't have much of an amateur background, and he even wasn't too active as a pro. Just 4 fights ago, he fought at 118 pounds. Yeah. And so for him to move up now, this is at 129, and he was still able to go all those rounds, and it was a competitive fight. It wasn't, it was back and forth, not just back and forth. It was even the whole way out. So for him to stay competitive like that, and to come up in weight classes to fight a guy who has like you said, a 75% knockout ratio, and man, that's still impressive by Arrieta. But anyway, for the knockout, that's what people came here for. Yeah, coming here for all the details. The KO. Was a beautiful overhand right by Nunez. Yeah. Arrieta threw a jab, and we see a lot of these on the knockouts. People like to throw a jab, but you can't swim with it. It has to come back to the face, not when people swim, it goes straight out. So that was the mistake that Arrieta made. He threw his jab, but he brought it down. Yeah. Nunez, when he landed that right hand, even though it was powerful and it did the damage that it did to finish the fight, he was slightly leaning back as he landed it. Like normally, like he put the weight on his back leg as he threw it and threw it, and it was powerful and did the damage.
Yes.
Had he put his weight onto the front leg when he done it, that would have been the face first.
Yeah, that would have been a face first, a face planter, like safe. Yeah, man, that would have been a tree chopping moment for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? I give it up to this young kid. I know we're going to see lots of this kid in the future, man. He's on the right promotional company for him. He's got the right manager in his corner, and you know what? This 22-year-old can only go nowhere right but up. And honestly, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see him develop more as a fighter. You know, being young, 22.
Exactly, like you said, that's the key. That the age. Yeah, 22 years old, and he's already at a 75% KO percentage, and looking good, looking skillfully good. The defense was on point. You know me, I'm always about defense and how much you don't get hit. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to follow his career.
Oh yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope all the fans out there were excited. But you know what? That really comes to an end for our knockouts of the week, really, because there wasn't too much. I know there was another knockout on that same card, but unfortunately, it wasn't televised because it was on the early prelims. But so it was hard. I couldn't even find a bit of footage of it.
Well, like we said,
shout out to Robert Ramirez and his first round knockout over Rodolfo Puentes, and also Derek Jackson with his first round knockout over Mike Pelosa. And those are both on the prelims here, man, the undercard. So unfortunately, we were unable to see those. But shout out to our man Nunez for his vicious and savage punching combination knockout that put Arrieta down. It was great, guys. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop a link to those highlights in our comments, so you guys can definitely check that out. And we'll talk to you guys next week, because that's the end of it today. So to all our fans out there in Talking Fight Land and all our knockout fans, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the KO Award with myself and Cedric Benn. And shout out to our winner this week, Luis Nunez, for the vicious knockout over Carlos Arrieta. Guys, go check that one out. You're going to love it. Till next time, we'll see you, man. Same time, same channel, new knockout.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, man.